Don't you love to sit down and read a good book? If it's a great story, you find yourself flipping the pages, just waiting to find out what happens. Or I love to get lost in a good movie. When a movie tells a story and tells it well, you don't need a lot of special effects. It's the story itself that draws you in. Stories are powerful, and we all have a story. I want to talk to you about your story in the Morning Cup of Inspiration today. What is your story? Has God done something for you? Has He pulled you through a really difficult time? Has He healed you of something physical, or has He healed a loved one? It's important to tell others about it. We read in Psalm chapter 107, verse 2, and this is the King James Version. It says, "Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom He hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy." And we know the enemy is Satan. But to be redeemed means to be cleansed. It means that your sins have been forgiven. When you ask Jesus into your heart and you ask Him to take your sins away and be Lord of your life, then you are redeemed. And you need to say so. You need to tell other people about that. I used to really enjoy testimony time at church. On Sunday evenings, people would get up and share what the Lord had done in their lives throughout the week. And there were many wonderful stories of how God had provided at just the right time when people had run out of food and they didn't have money to buy groceries. Suddenly a couple bags of groceries would appear on their front porch. Or people who didn't know how they were going to pay their bills and they needed a certain amount of money, and suddenly a check would come in the mail for the exact amount that they needed. That is God working. You know, people can argue about whether or not there is a God and how can you prove it. You can't see Him. How do you know He's real? But they can't argue with you about your experience, because only you know what God has done in your life. So be bold in your witness and be willing to share your story with other people at every opportunity you have. It's the best tool you'll have in winning other souls for Christ. And remember, He's the one that wins them. We just have to steer them the right way and tell them our story. I'll talk to you soon in your next Morning Cup of Inspiration.